Okay, let's try that again. It's a New Year's Day, just like the day before. Same old sky of gray, same empty bottles on the floor. Another year gone by, and I'm thinking once again, can I take this losing hand and somehow win? Just give me one good year to get my feet back on the ground. I've been chasing grace, but grace ain't so easily found. One bad hand can devil a man, chase him and carry him down. I gotta get out of here, just give me one good year. I'm burning oil, engines running rough. I drive from job to job, but it's never enough. I can't find the will to just stop and get away. Some kind of chain's holding me down and makes me stay. Just give me one good year to get my feet back on the ground. I've been chasing grace, but grace ain't so easily found. One bad hand can devil a man, chase him and carry him down. I gotta get out of here, just give me one good year. It's a bitter wind, it's in your face every day. It's a little sin that wear your soul away. When you start giving in, where do the promises all go? Will your darkest hour write a blank check on your soul? One good year to get my feet back on the ground. I've been chasing grace, but grace ain't so easily found. One bad hand can devil a man, a good one can turn him around. I gotta get out of here, just give me one good year. Get out of here, just give me one good year. Just give me one good year. Well, jumping the show off to a great start there with my things all jumping all over the place. I'm a little out of practice. Been off for the holidays. Hope everybody's had a good holiday. Is the sound out there okay? I always worry. I'm switched over here. I've got my live rig hooked up, which is a lot of fun, and I'm just goofing around. I've been goofing around with it a bit over the holidays, and I thought, well, maybe I'll bring it onto the show, and I'll just do kind of a live show like I would do a live show normally. But no, I thought tonight we'd do some New Year's resolutions. And Happy New Year, everybody! And I think I sent you all a Christmas greeting. I hope you got that okay. And but it's great to see everybody out there. Great audience in here tonight. We've got a huge bunch of folk. I shouldn't say huge bunch of folks. A large group of folks in here. Thanks everybody. I see Chris checking in from St. Mary's. I should pop these up. My mom always says she can't see the greetings from folks. So we got Lee out there in Lancaster, New York, checking in too. Good to see you, Lee, and Danny up in the Bruce. Good friend Danny Lamontang up there. Good to see you, Danny. Happy New Year to you too, and our very good friend Kathy in over in Waterloo, Kitchener-Waterloo area. Happy New Year to you too, Kathy, and who all there? Well, geez, we got this guy here too. We'll have him on the show a little later as well with some of his fantastic pictures. Our good friend Stan McRae, and we've got Ann up in Barrie. Ann had a nice chat with my mom at the after party a few weeks back. One of the after parties I couldn't make. When I was playing that live Christmas show, but my mom was hosting it, and Ann showed up, and they had a nice chat, and that was great. And there's my buddy Steve too. Hey Steve, good to see you. And thanks for Steve says it sounds good too. Of course, that's getting the guy a deaf guy to it. Just kidding, Steve. He's not deaf. But anyways, I've got some songs inspired by New Year's resolutions tonight. I don't know if you have any New Year's resolutions that you're working on or thinking about. You don't have to share them. You can share them if you'd like. I thought, you share them, it kind of makes you accountable for them, right? If you say, tell people what you're going to try to do this year, people will undoubtedly, what's that word? That's the word I'm looking for. Chris can look it up. She's our local librarian here. But indubitably, something like that anyways. But if you share them, then somebody will certainly remind you of them as you move forward. And I try to keep sort of my intentions on an ongoing basis. I think it's hard at New Year's because it's always a tough time of year. I find it a little dark and dull and a little bit of a letdown after Christmas. I got a song I'm working on that touches a bit on that topic. But I was going to play some New Year's songs and some songs I'm working on, and just have a little bit of fun here tonight. So if you have anything you'd like to add to the commentary, that would be indubitably. I think that's pronounced right. Thanks, Chris. If you have any New Year's resolutions you want to share with the audience tonight, let us have them. And otherwise, just going to go ahead and sing some songs here and have a good time. And then there's also the after party as well. So, given the rest of the cast, the show, it's more holiday time here, so it's just me tonight. So I hope you're doing okay. That's a slide, Chris. That picture I took it down at, I think it's Sparrow Lake. My friend Peter and Cindy have a cottage down there, and I was there once in the winter, and it was looking out across the lake. It's quite lovely, and it's kind of interesting. I don't think that's a filter, but it gives us almost like a neon look to it. It's kind of an interesting look. But anyways, this song's called New Year's Resolution by a band called, look at my notes, Camera Obscura. So I don't know much about the band, but it's kind of a cool song, and it's called New Year's Resolution, so I'm going to give it a shot. I don't think I need this, do I? I might need something. Let me get something I can use, useful in it anyways. New Year's resolution to write something of value. New Year's resolution to write something would be fine. All I ever wanted was someone to rely on. All I ever wanted was somewhere to call home. You offer a friendship I cannot reciprocate. So don't beg me in a garden for it not to end this way. I've been cool with you. I've been cool with you. I've been cool with you. The sooner you admit it, I will too. this resolution to kiss you like I mean it. With our cheeks the color of rhubarb, we'll be fine. Everybody's rushing around like they've got a meeting. I just wanna be here with some friends of mine. We decided to brave the elements of Spain because the 7-year itch was on the telly again. I've been cool with you. I've been cool. Decided this pain was a landscape of blame. I decided to be only myself these days. I've been cool with you. I've been cool with you. I've been cool. Wish that you would stay now. Stay now. You nearly went away now. Stay now. I wish that you would stay now. I wish you would stay now. You nearly went away now. Stay now. I wish that you would stay now. Stay now. You nearly went away now. It was the Glaswegian Band. Chris looks up. Thanks for that, Chris. You can always count on Chris to find some cool stuff about the songs we play here on Tuesday Live. And we do need more snow, so I'm putting pictures of it up. The skiing conditions have been terrible. Have been terrible for skiers everywhere. Like it's holiday season. It's like it's a holiday season. You don't think people want to be out skiing, right? But you got to do what you can do, right? Do I play harmonica in this song or not? That's what I'm trying to think of here. I don't think so. It's a Van Morrison song called Celtic New Year, and before Chris looks this up, I'm going to tell you, Celtic New Year is actually November 1st. It's Samhain, I think it's Samhain, they call it in Ireland. We need Robbie O'Spoon here to tell us about this. Next time that we're talking on the telephone, And if I don't see you in that Indian summer, then I want to see you further on up the road. Said, whoa, won't you come back? I have to see you, my dear. Won't you come back? In the Celtic New Year. In the Celtic New Year. And if I don't see you when I'm going down Louisiana, and if I don't see you, well, down on Bourbon Street, don't see me when I'm singing Jack a Diamond. If you don't see me when I'm on my lucky street, whoa, I want you to come on. Made it very clear. I want you to come back home in the Celtic New Year. Celtic New Year. If I don't see you down when the bonfires are burning, burning. If I don't see you when we're singing the Gloriana too, and if I've got to see you when it's raining deep inside the forest, got to see you at the waning of the moon. I said, oh, won't you come on back? I want you to be of good cheer. Come back home on the Celtic New Year. Celtic New Year. Celtic New Year. That's a great Van Morrison tune. Celtic New Year, which is actually November 1st. So before any people start writing in, say that's not the Celtic New Year we know. It's because it isn't. Celtic New Year is November 1st. So happy belated Celtic New Year for those who are celebrating New Year. I see Kathy from Elmira checking in. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you tonight. We're putting up everybody's, so folks at home who are watching on the telly, so to speak, watching it on YouTube, can't see the comments. Pop up the comments so people can see them. Hey, Kathy. There's our good friend from Elmira. Happy New Year to you too, Kathy. And we're just cruising along here, having a very relaxed, sort of laid-back show tonight, having a little bit of fun. And I hope you're having fun out wherever you are as well, too, enjoying your, the fading glow from Christmas. Always a little bit of a a little bit of a challenge after Christmas. You get all hyped up for Christmas, and of course you eat too much, drink too much, and all that sort of thing. And then you roll into the new year, and all of a sudden it's kind of a bit of a letdown sometimes. But we're here to cheer you up here on Tuesday Live. We're not going to be too much of a downer, non-downer here on Tuesday Live. We're going to try to keep it light and happy. Although we're going to play we always play songs, topical songs. That's what we like to do here on Tuesday Live. But great to see everybody's out there. If you haven't checked in, check in. Let us know what you're up to. If you have any resolutions for the new year. I know Brian Stan McRae, our favorite photographer from Eastern Ontario. I can't see him resolving to get more great pictures, because he already gets a whole bunch of great pictures that he shares with us every week, and I sort of play along behind him and try to give a little bit of musical accompaniment to Stan's amazing pictures. So let's send it over to Stan and Stan's picks. Picture, Stan. The rare sighting of the rare Eastern Ontario snow gorilla. Stan spotted a couple times out there. And it's becoming a big thing down in Eastern Ontario. Folks are coming from miles around. They're traveling to try to catch a sight of the famous snow gorilla, winter gorilla, snow gorilla. But of course all the other fantastic wildlife they have in Eastern Ontario, which Stan captures so effectively with his camera. Great shot, Stan. That was fantastic. And always enjoy when Stan shares pictures, and we appreciate the time he takes to share them with us. And follow him on Facebook if you don't already. He's got some great pictures he posts there too. This is a song that you've played for years and years and years. Started playing it a long time ago, and I played with the Speed River Valley Mountain Boys. It's a Steve Earle tune, and unfortunately, it has about as much relevance now as it did back when Steve Earle wrote it, which was probably, 20, 30 years ago, more 40 years. I don't know, maybe dating myself yet already. But it's called Jerusalem, and it's kind of Steve's resolution of many decades ago that still seems to be a challenge to find peace in that part of the world. Up this morning, none of the news was good. Death machines were rumbling across the land where Jesus stood. And the man on my TV told me it had always been that way, and there's nothing anyone could do or say. into my heart to find. But I believe that one fine day all the children of Abraham will lay down their swords forever in Jerusalem. Well, maybe I'm only dreaming, and maybe I'm just a fool, but I don't remember learning how to hate in Sunday school. Somewhere along the way I strayed, and I never looked back again. But I still find some comfort now and then. Then the storm comes rumbling in, and I can't lay me down, and all the drums are drumming again. And I can't stand the sound, but I believe there'll come a day when the lion and the lamb will lay down in peace together in Jerusalem. There'll be no wire or walls, and we can wash all this blood from our hands and all this hatred from our souls. And I believe that on that day all the children of Abraham will lay down their swords forever in Jerusalem. That's Jerusalem. Great song by Steve Earle. That is as relevant now as it was when it was written many, many years ago. And if we can only resolve to do whatever we can to try to find peace in the world, it's such an elusive thing these days, right? Peace, world peace. But here's another song. This one's called A January Hymn, I think it's called. Just have to find the little lick. There's a cool little lick that goes with it. It's by a band called the Decemberists. Give them a listen. A great sort of folky band. On a winter Sunday I go to clear away the snow, green the ground below. April all an ocean away. Is this the better way to spend the day? Keeping the winter at bay. What were the words I meant to say before you left? When I could see your breath lead where you were going to. Maybe I should just let it be. Maybe it will all come back to me. Sing, oh, January, oh. How I lived a childhood in snow, with all my teens in tow, stuffed in a strata of clothes. Pale the winter's days after dark, wandering the gray memorial park, was going to. Maybe I should just let it be. Maybe it will all come back to me. Sing, oh, January, oh, January, oh. January Hymn by the Decemberists. Excuse me, I'm going to reach over and grab my water. Because I don't have the, I can't pass it off to one of the other cast members tonight. And take a little break while they play. So I have to make my own little breaks here, but I haven't seen any resolutions in here. That's weird. Thanks for the. I'm not sure what happened. I must have hit something there. Or maybe I was. Oh, I must have went to look at the comments, and I hit the mute button. Thanks for pointing that out. Executive producer would have been down here in a minute if I hadn't got it. Anyways, but thank you, folks, for pointing that out. But I was saying that I haven't seen any resolutions in the comments, which is okay. Resolution, it's tough to share that sort of thing sometimes because it may indicate a little bit of a, it's a personal thing. And to throw it out on the internet like this, you'll start getting ads for something related to, to what your resolution is. Or if it's something like weight loss or something, because lots of those right now, right? But anyways, I've been trying to, since I left my old job, to pursue a more creative life, and I started writing every day. I write in a journal, try to put down. I just sort of thought, well, if I'm not working in a regimented workplace, I have to get some structure to what I'm going to do with my days. Otherwise, will just get away from you. As anyone who's left the workforce knows, your days can get away from you very easily. So I started writing in a notebook, and I started every day. I kind of put down. I decided I'd sort of write these personal affirmations, things that I'm trying to get better at. Be a better listener. And I can probably hear the executive producer laughing through the floorboards right now, as my listening skills are not so good, but I'm trying to improve them. That's one of my resolutions, certainly become a better listener. And, certainly be creative, be kind and considerate to people. And of course, just love. That's my motto or whatever. But anyways, got a song here that I'm going to play. Great tune. It was actually, cut that reverb off for a second. It was actually Danny Lamontagne requested this. I think we had a request show back before Christmas, before we went into the epicness of all our Christmas specials, which were fantastic. I mean, appreciate everybody who watched those shows, particularly the Neil Old. I don't know if because it was close to Christmas or Neil Old is really popular, but got a lot of views on the Neil Old Christmas special. So thanks for your support and sharing it, whatever. Appreciate that. And I'm going to probably start doing more of that, I think, in 2024 to... I'm always looking for ways to make the show different and interesting. Maybe have, like I did over the Christmas, have various shows kind of hosted by a character. Like have Neil do a show again, and have Robbie do a show. It's always fun. I mean, he does St. Patrick's Day typically, but get him to host a show, and maybe get Willie to host a show, and Rob Dylan and everybody as well. But anyways, Danny requested this song a while back. It's Your Mama Don't Dance, and I thought, I should really learn that song because it's a great song. Danny threw it at me, and I did look it up, and I played a very rough, a rudimentary version of it. But I think I've got it a little better, Danny. So, anyways, everybody up out of your chairs, everybody up, and let's dance. Kick it off there. Mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around and it's time to go to town, where do you go? To rock and roll. The old folks say that you gotta end your day by 10. You're out on a date and you bring it home late, it's a sin. Just ain't no excusing, you know you're gonna lose and never win. I'll say it again, and it's all because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Evening rolls around and it's time to go to town. Where do you go? To rock and roll. Drive-in, find a place to park. You hop in the back seat, oh no, it's nice and dark. You're just about to move in, you're thinking it's a breeze. There's a light in your eyes and a guy says, "Out of the car, long hair." Ooh-wee, you're coming with me, the local police. It's all because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Evening rolls around and it's time to go to town. What do you go? To rock and roll. Oh, your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Evening rolls around and it's time to go to town. Where do you go? To rock and roll. Where do you go? To rock and roll. Where do you go? To rock and roll. That's a great song. Thanks for requesting that. You had the chorus and I had the bridge too, kinda. It's a tricky bridge, that one. Kind of changes. I still need a harmonica here. It changes quite a bit in that little bridge in there. It's got the, it's really two persons. You need at least another person in there to do the police voice, which is fun too. But here's a. It's a song, Old Lang Syne, but it's another Old Lang Syne, not the one you're thinking of, the one you heard a couple nights ago, if you stayed up that late. That was kind of cool. I heard on the Christmas after party after our last Christmas show, we had a nice chat there, and Jim and Lynn out on the West Coast, our good friends out on the West Coast, who pop into the after party on a very frequent basis. Great to see them there, and they were saying that how great it is to be a little older on the West Coast because you can have a New Year's Eve party and 9 o'clock the ball drops in Times Square and you can go to bed. So I thought that was great for us folks who don't make a habit of staying up to midnight, but we did. We stayed up to midnight and watched the ball drop here on Eastern time. It was kind of fun, although I thought the New Year's Eve television shows weren't that great. I guess there's a Nashville one that wasn't too bad. But this is a song by Dan Fogelberg called Another Old Lang Syne. grocery store. The snow was falling Christmas Eve. Stole behind her in the frozen foods, and I touched her on her sleeve. She didn't recognize the face at first, but then her eyes flew open wide. She went to hug me and she spilled her purse, and we laughed until we cried. Took her groceries to the checkout stand. The food was totaled up and bad. We stood there lost in our embarrassment as the conversation lagged. Went to have ourselves a drink or two, couldn't find an open bar. We bought a six-pack at the liquor store, and we drank it in her car. We drank a toast to innocence. We drank a toast to to reach beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. She said she'd married her an architect who kept her warm and safe and dry. She would have liked to say she loved the man, but she didn't want to lie. I said the years had been a friend to her, and that her eyes were still as blue. But in those eyes I wasn't sure if I saw doubt or gratitude. Said she saw me in the record stores, and that I must be doing well. I said the audience was heavenly, but the traveling, it was hell. We drank a toast to innocence. We drank a toast to tried to reach beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. We drank a toast to innocence. We drank a toast to now. Reliving in our eloquence another old lang syne. The beer was empty and our tongues were tired and running out of things to say. She gave a kiss to me as I got out, and I watched her drive away. Just for a moment I was back at school, felt that old familiar pain, and as I turned to make my way back home, the snow turned into rain. hope I gave that song a little bit of justice. Anyways, it's certainly a fun song to play. Another Old Lang Syne. What happened there? I've lost a song here somewhere. I was going to sing a song that I wrote myself, and I've lost it. I'm going to go see if I can find it. Hold on, folks. Step off camera for 1 minute. Don't go away. Somehow managed to skip that song as I was going through my playlist. I'm all tangled up in wires here. See, folks, this is live. It's live in January 2nd at 1948, 7:48. We're rolling along here, folks. Not sure how many people are watching. We got a good audience out there. Thanks. Yes, that's right. Dan Fogelberg did die of prostate cancer, and yeah, it is a bit of a melancholy song, that's for sure. Dan Fogelberg, great singer-songwriter, wrote a lot of great songs. Unfortunately, we lost him too soon, but I'm actually reading a fantastic book if you have any interest at all in music and songwriting. There's a book, it's called Songwriters on Songwriting. It's just a series of interviews with a lot of the great songwriters of kind of our generation. If you're sort of the child of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I guess even up to the 2000s. What am I looking for here? Okay. But anyways, it's great. It's just interviews with songwriters about their process and where they think songs come from, and discussing some of the specific songs they wrote. And it's quite interesting, the various people. But it's a great book. It's a big book. The way I suggest reading is what I'm doing. I'm reading one chapter a day. So in the morning, while I'm having a cup of tea, I'll read about a songwriter. And it's also helped me discover some and rediscover some music that I wasn't overly familiar with. But anyways, if you have a chance, check it out. It's a great book. But anyways, here's a song I wrote last January. And I think I probably played it on the show at some point in time. It's called January Blue, and it's kind of touches on that thing I was talking about earlier about a little bit of down, how sometimes you feel a little down after January, and then I sort of looked at it again. Of course, I had to remember how it goes, because I think I only played it once or twice. Like, I kind of wrote it and played it on the show and then moved on. And it's quite funny. I've been doing the show for so long, how I stumble across things that, oh yeah, I did that 2-3 years ago, and some of it's good, some of it's not so good. But I wrote this song, and I sort of revisited it while I was looking at songs for this show, and it was. I thought it was kind of a bit of a down song, so I tried to brighten it up a bit at the end. I thought, I don't want a song that's too down, but it is. It's called January Blue. Well, I always feel a little down in January, as the sun tries to wrestle day away from night. And I wish the snow would stay, but the rain washes it away. The rain won't wash away my January blue. Stop making resolutions in January, 'cause it takes all I have just to get out of bed. Telling myself white lies, making up alibis, coloring everything January blue. Trying to wake my way back to you, shaking off this pointless point of view, letting go of everything I'm holding on to, but I can't let go of you, January blue. fade away. A blue haze of darkness always comes my way. I try to fend it off, but it roots deep inside of me. I yearn for the sunshine to return and set me free. Sometimes it's hard to find the sun in January. Let go of everything you're holding on to. The sliver of a silver moon is the sun shining through to you, helping brighten up your January blue. Trying to make my way back to you, shaking off this pointless point of view, letting go of everything I'm holding on to, but I can't let go of you, January blue. No, I can't let go of you, January blue. The song's called January Blue. Song I wrote last January, I guess. And then I started. I redid it again, just recently. But anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We've had a great show. I've had a lot of fun here tonight. Thanks Steve for the kind words, and Danny and everybody else out there that's stuck around, watched the show, listened. I'm sure folks multitask while they're watching the show, or like just enjoy it for the music, whatever you get out of the show, enjoy it. And if you're watching it after the fact, I know we have a lot of time shifters. I don't know if we have any fans in Australia who watch it like in another day of the week or something. I don't know, but I certainly appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch the show, because I know there's a lot of stuff you could be doing. You know, a lot of things you could be doing. A lot of you could be watching. What is it? Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, I think, is a combo you could watch from 7 to 8 on television if you're a television person. But certainly appreciate everybody who takes the time, watches the show, puts in the kind comments, and that's it's a great time I have here every Tuesday night. It sort of keeps me moving forward. It gives me a purpose for my picking up my guitar more often than I probably would if I didn't have the show. So I really appreciate the music, the opportunity to play music, and the fact that folks, not a huge crowd, but a very grateful and appreciative crowd too that watches it. And pop in if you're nothing else going on this evening. Grab yourself a beverage or something and pop into the after party. The link's always in the email I send out on Tuesday morning about the show. Come chat with me. My mom's often there. Chris pops in once in a while. We've seen Jim and Lynn are there. David Hill from down in Eastern Ontario is often there. We have a great group of folks, and a lot of folks pop in periodically, and everyone is welcome. So anyways, regardless whether we see you at the after party or we see you maybe next week sometime, next Tuesday, it would be great to see you next Tuesday if you're around. But in the meantime, I guess a good resolution would be just love, keep it simple. Everybody needs a place to go, and everybody needs a way to know they're just loved. Why do we hurt the ones we love? Why don't we lift them up instead of putting them down and just love? Every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. Keep it covered up in a layer of clay. We've got to start washing it off someday with just love. here for a very short time, to lie in the sun and sip sweet wine and just love. It'll all be here and then be gone. Instead of harsh words and singing sad songs, let's just love. Deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. Keep it covered up in a layer of clay. We've got to start washing it off someday with just love. Gonna try, I'm just gonna do, and if you join with me, we would make two. We need more giving, less taken away. If we start right now, we'll get there someday to just love. You find it in your heart if you look deep enough. You find the only thing that we really need now, it's just love. It's hard to just love in a world full of hate. If we get started now, it won't be too late to just love. It's deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. We keep it covered up in a layer of clay. We've got to start washing it off someday with just just love, just love, just love, just love. Love all of you. See you next week. Okay, anytime you can go. Uh-oh. It's taking the file. There it is.